It's time to sit back, relax, and have a good time with Knee High to the Tree High. Your host, the Naked Truth, Marcus McNeil, and the Real Spill, Jonathan Pump, coming with their unique perspective on sports and life from elementary school together all the way to the NFL. You can't piss on them and tell them it's raining. Knee High to the Tree High starts now.
Let's go.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We in the building, y'all. Is that too loud, P? Is that too loud?
They sound good to me.
What my levels looking like, P? What my levels looking like?
Get on my level.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, man, let me shake these cobwebs off. Dear Lord, be with us during this show today, Lord. Just wake us all up and let us have a great show. Your name we pray, man. There we go, baby. All right, man. All right, we awake. We back, baby. We back, man. Welcome back. Knee High to the Tree High. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Mark right here, man. That's your boy P. Say what's up, P.
Man, we back, man. We here.
Man, it feel like we've been gone for a minute, bro. It really do, man. You know,
Hey, man, what happened when you got them holidays, man? Those holidays, you get pulled left and right.
hey, man, but you know, we checked in with the boys the other day, man. Got the big first haircuts done, man. Shout out
Big
to
boy
JP
haircut,
too.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Jeremiah.
I told them they done been to the barber shop more than I have already.
JP came out bald head and just stayed that way his whole
Big
life.
bald
man.
head.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where JP2 got all that hair from, but yeah.
That boy went down the line, man.
My boy look like, what y'all say, he look like Maui off of Moana, cuz, like, you wasn't never lying, my boy.
Yeah.
Man. We're going to check in, man, see what been going on in this sports world, man. I think all y'all had a chance to see the national championship game. Georgia
It was
versus
more like the
TCU.
national championship scrimmage.
Yeah, bro, like, I ain't really seen nobody ever get jumped on like that in that championship game, man.
Ever, man. I mean, I done seen some lopsided victories, man, but that was bad. I mean, for lack of a better word, that was just bad, bro.
That was
Like,
bad ball.
it was to the point where I'm pretty sure a lot of America fell asleep on that game. That's how bad it was.
You definitely fell asleep on that game.
Oh yeah, I took the Z's at halftime and said, you know what, this game over with.
Yeah, man. I just wasn't expecting TCU to get blown out like that. Like, I never expected them to really be able to compete with Georgia. But at the same time, like, the way they handled Michigan, like, I felt like, TCU might actually be kind of upset ready, you know, to kind of come in there and kind of stun the Georgia Bulldogs. But the biggest thing, and I think the worst thing that could have happened for TCU, was Ohio State playing that close to the Bulldogs in the semifinal round. Because any shot that they had would have probably been catching the Bulldogs kind of half sleep or kind of like, you know, just walking and
Looking
not
forward
really
to the next game.
Yeah, or thinking they got the championship in the bag.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the biggest thing that could have played to the advantage for TCU. But the fact that they just came off of that close to a loss against Ohio State, where really the kicker is the only thing that saved them from even making the national championship game. I think it like lit a fire up under their ass that TCU couldn't extinguish, bro. Like, it was over
TCU,
with.
And then they say one of the worst things that could happen was they allowed them to get a lead. And everybody knows Georgia, one of those teams, they get a lead, it's over.
Yeah, bro.
It's
so
over.
What you think about Stetson Bennett, bro? We
We
all know he old. We all know that, you know what I'm saying, he got 2 national championships. Probably one of the best players, or go down as one of the greatest players in Georgia football history. Now that he done won 2 national championships.
Gotta be.
But my question for you is, Pete, like, do you think he's an NFL quarterback, bro?
Bro, at the end of the day, just back up a little bit compared to what we had down at Auburn, where the chips fell. Bro, I would have took Stetson any day of the week, any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I had to give shout outs to the offensive coordinator, bro. Like, I know Stetson made a couple of throws, man, but the way, if you were watching the game, a lot of times cats were just wide open. And so he was dialing it up, man. I mean, I don't know if he was just completely confusing TCU or by that time they just laid it down. Whatever it was, but he was dialing up. But I mean, back to the question, Stetson, man, does he have a shot? He actually does. I mean, you played in the SEC, you played against quality competition, and he practices against quality competition. So I can't say, and he excelled. So it's not like he was a game manager. Like, I've seen game managers. I mean, the first name I want to think of is what's the guy name from Alabama a few years ago?
Mac Jones?
No, not Mac. AJ.
I know who you're talking about.
I forget his name. AJ McCarron, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, like those guys, yes, they were surrounded by a ton of talent, and they basically managed the game. So of course, you know, they're a big name because of the school they went to, and then they get to the NFL. It's not really. They're put in the spotlight, and it's displayed on. All right, they really wasn't just that top notch guy. With Stetson though, he was on the talented team, but he definitely was on the talented team last year. So I was a little reserved. But this year the team was talented, but they wasn't all the way put together like they were last year. And he actually was making plays, like he throwing for 300-400 yards. So that's why I say he definitely has a shot. Now, how long that shot is, you know, depending on the team, the scheme, all that stuff has to play a factor when you go to the NFL. But ultimately, I think he definitely showed that he can be at least a backup or one of the 32.
All right, so in a nutshell, you saying he back up, maybe, but not.
Listen, from what I seen this season, like we didn't even know who the quarterback was for Houston. We still talking about who. So I mean, the fact that they put people in, I mean, he could be a starter.
I'm just saying, like, but no way Houston. Well, thing about it is, no way Houston picked Stetson with the number 1 or 2 pick. I think they got the number 2 pick.
No, different. Listen.
So it's
don't
like, you
first rounder, second rounder, third. Like, I'm thinking more late round. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
So you give him a shot to get on the team and maybe prove yourself.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I look at him like a shoot. You gonna talk about Auburn? I look at it's funny because I just had his name in my on the tip of my tongue. The guy from he just started with Las Vegas from Auburn. He was a backup for Tom Brady. That's what I said. He's the backup for Tom Brady. What's his name, man? You gotta know his name.
Oh, I know who you talking about, bro. Bro, we gonna get kicked out of the lumber now.
Cause the kid, he came from Baylor. He started at Auburn for a few years. Hey, listen, you know what? Jared Stidham, yeah. So I can see if Stidham, you know,
Google my boy, I got you. Don't need
I
Google.
feel you, bro. Hey, what to use that? You know what I'm saying? That good steel mind. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, my boy.
But yeah. So I mean, if he can get a few starts in the NFL, I'm sure Stetson could do the same thing.
I mean, I don't really see it, but
you don't see him. Right? What's the difference between him and Jared Stidham?
Jared Stidham ain't really a starting quarterback in the NFL,
He
though.
started though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, you starting because they benching your quarterback is one thing. You coming in winning the starting job
Right.
is a totally different.
Regardless, you started a game in the NFL, bro. That's all I'm talking about. Now we ain't talking about what type of career he gonna have. We ain't talking about being a gold
So that's what
jacket.
I'm
We ain't
saying.
talking about none of that, man.
Is he a starter? Is
Is
he
he a
a
consistent starter
backup?
in the NFL? I
Is
mean, that's
he
yet to be determined.
is he a 32?
I'm saying he
Is he
could be.
one of
I've
the
seen
32?
worse. I've seen worse. Look at Houston. He was a
Hey,
32. He was one of the 32.
anybody that'll rock a temp fade in the national championship game,
He got to say, listen, man.
I'm rocking with you,
Look
bro.
what the Falcons got.
That's all I'm saying. So you taking Stetson Bennett and putting it, man, nah. Like let's just be honest. Like Stetson,
Mariota. I
bro,
would
come
take
on,
I would take my chances with Stetson.
bro. But the only thing is Stetson ain't gonna get that chance because any team that needs a quarterback is going to address the quarterback situation in this draft because it's a quarterback heavy draft. Like you talking about
You
probably
right.
like 4 or 5 quarterbacks probably gonna go in the first round. So any chance of like a team without a quarterback, like you say, he might get picked up in like one of those teams in the later rounds, but then do you start Stetson Bennett over Caleb Williams? Do you start him over Bryce Young? Do you start him over a Rattler? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a
No, I
lot
mean
of
you don't
quarterbacks out there already,
listen. The
bro.
same way with Jared Stidham, you're not taking him to be the guy. You taking him for a solid backup. But what I'm saying is the way it
So
plays out
you just
sometimes.
answered my question, but you just answered my question. Then
I
he's
say
a
you take.
backup. He's a
No, I'm
backup.
saying you taking him to be a solid backup. But what I'm saying is it a potential to be one of the 32? I've seen worse. Is what I'm saying.
I mean, based off of what he's been able to prove himself, yes. I'm not gonna put anything past him. Like the boy went from a walk-on position, transferred to JUCO, back to school,
Back to Georgia,
taking over the starting job, 2 natty championships
two
there,
natties.
Georgia
We
ain't
lost
seen
one
since
game.
1980. So I mean, yeah, I give you that. Like he could play the underdog role and come in and compete. But when you look at him, I'm just saying you just don't see uh starting quarterback in the NFL.
Bro, it used to be a time where I would 1,000% agree with you until I've seen it with my own eyes that they just stick whoever they want to in there sometime, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he reminds me of a Baker Mayfield, but not like as flamboyant and flashy. So I guess you know what? I take that back. Instead of Baker, I would compare him more to like a Drew Brees, right? But Drew has a cannon for arm, and then he was an ultimate like game manager. Like he's up there with Tom Brady and Peyton, right? So it's like, can Stetson like turn it up to that notch on the next level? That's what I just don't think that like we really get a chance to see unless it's some like circumstances that we like can't control, like somebody like injury or somebody him beating out somebody that we didn't expect him to beat, bro. Like so, that's all I'm saying.
I
But
mean, it's to be determined, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I don't think, nope, we don't know until we know. At the end of the
all
day, you know
right,
what I
well, we'll see.
mean? All
We'll
I'm
see.
telling you
We'll see.
from his resume and what he put on paper, I he can be a starter in the NFL. That's just it sucks, but I mean that's just how it is in the NFL. You think they put the top of the top, you know what I'm saying? But when you start looking at these records and these teams, you like, hold on, they
I
actually
think
don't.
that's a stretch. I think that's a stretch, my boy. Y'all let us know out there whether or not y'all think Stetson
Cause you
Bennett
still,
is a starting quarterback in the
you
NFL.
still tell me who Houston quarterback is.
We already said that.
All right, so if we can have a no name quarterback starting in NFL, he's one of the 32, right?
No, bro, because you already got like it's not a chance for him to be a star 32 because the Houston Texans are automatically gonna pick up
Yeah.
a quarterback right there.
You're
That's
saying
not an option. That's
you're
not an
saying
option.
are you saying one of the 32 for next season?
Yes,
Or you
for
just talking
next
about
season, bro.
period? You talking about period or next season?
I'm talking about next season,
Next season is
upcoming
tough, yeah,
season.
because I mean a lot of I mean, I don't know. That guy wasn't he wasn't there that the season he got drafted. Or if he did get drafted. I'm saying down the road I could see him actually playing, being one of the 32
Okay.
the way
Oh
this
yeah,
thing
yeah. I
is set
mean,
up.
can Stetson Bennett turn into a starter quarterback in the NFL? Yes, he said he has a shot to do that. Is Stetson Bennett a quarterback that we see started next year?
Next year, oh yeah,
I
no,
don't see that. I don't see that. Maybe I should
I
have
don't
been more
yeah, you should
specific in my
yeah, but
question.
next year, no. I mean, no.
All right, well,
Most
that's all
people
I want to
quarterback
know.
situation is going to be solidified in their eyes by next season.
Well, shout out to them dogs, man, for the worst national championship
For the
game
worst
ever.
national championship, but hey, guess what? It ain't their fault. They had to play who they had to play, man.
They had to play who they had to play, but boy, I'm talking about you put everybody to sleep by the third quarter.
Man, by the
I
second
knew it.
quarter, I was out of them.
I knew it was bad when I seen the players eating chicken wings on the sideline after halftime, bro. Come on,
Boy,
now.
boy had a snack,
Boy, we ain't got a
2-piece
snack
snack.
at halftime. Yeah. Damn TCU, get out of here, man.
Yeah, TCU. Hey, but that's another topic, man. What you think about the But do you think the committee got it right this year?
Do I think the committee got what
I
right?
mean, it's hindsight. It's 2020, but do you think they got the 14 right?
No, we said that 3 weeks ago. We said that when they picked TCU and put in Ohio State, like
Yeah,
we knew.
I do recall you saying TCU should have been in there.
I said that.
Yeah, I do recall you saying that because
Oh, bro,
of
I'm
their
not sure
record. You
about
were
that.
saying they should be in there over a 2-loss Bama team.
Bro, no way, bro.
You
No way.
did, man.
We gonna have to go back
Bro,
and figure this out.
and then you
I
got on
said,
me
I
because you
said,
were
I
saying
said,
you said I like Alabama. I'm an Alabama fan. You got on me because of that.
no, it was Ohio State. I said they should have got in there, right?
Why Ohio State shouldn't be in there?
Neither one of them should have been in there.
So within a year or so, they're expanding to the 12 team. Do you think they'll get it right with 12?
I think 12 is a more fair matchup. The only thing I don't like about it 12 is how many extra games they got to play. Like,
Yeah.
I think that could be a little tedious at the end of the year to potentially have to play 4 more games depending on
Who you are?
what seeding you get. You
I
know
think
what I'm saying?
I think it's a catch-22. I think now with the NIL deals, I mean, I know you're not getting the money that you would in the NFL, but at least you're getting compensated. Like, so I think on one hand, yes, you'll make your big lick when you make it to the NFL, but in the other hand, you are at least, if there is some type of injury or something, you are walking away with some kind of money. You know what I mean? Back in the day, we walking away with nothing.
Everybody ain't walking away with no money. That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about
And
we
then
talk about the people that are that's opting out. If you opting out 9 times out of 10, you a high round draft pick. So I'm talking about those guys. And if they a high round draft pick, then they walking out with money. They should have some kind of NIL deal.
But I don't understand what you're saying though.
I'm saying you walking away with, like, back in the day, us playing an extra 4 games meant nothing to us besides getting the championship. That's it. Like, we play extra 4 games, somebody get hurt, we don't make it to the NFL, everything was done. We
They're not giving them the NIL money per game. Like,
I'm
you
just
get
saying,
that,
like,
like
what
you
I'm saying
already
is,
got your money. So
you're
at
right,
that
but I'm
point in
saying,
time, like you're not really getting no extra.
but you don't think you get a little, you don't think there'll be a little bit more money the closer you get to that championship?
No.
You don't think so? Not from no extra sponsor because y'all, you know what I'm saying? I think I don't know how it works, but I think somebody gets some more money. You getting closer.
I mean, I'm not saying that you couldn't get no more money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying they not getting paid like weekly checks is what I
no,
mean.
they ain't getting with no weekly check. No, they ain't getting that. You know what I'm saying?
They're not getting.
I was saying what I'm saying is they'll be walking away. So I know it's a risk, but it's always a risk. It can be a risk in game 10 of the season for you to get hurt. What I'm saying is they, at least if they do get hurt, they have already received and potentially might receive more compensation from the NIL. So that at least they have something, a nest egg somewhere, is what I'm saying. But end of the day, it's not NFL money. Don't get me wrong. Second thing is, it's going to be a couple of more meaningless games played. But I feel like even though it's meaningless, to me, it at least weeds out teams like the TCU. Because you can only put those. I've always said in the past, anybody can get up for one game. Like, I'm not saying you're gonna win a game, but if you throw no trick plays, if you play it hard enough, man, you can mess around and beat just about anybody. So what I'm saying is that happens, but it don't happen often. So most teams don't put it back to back. It's one game. So what I'm saying is, even though it might be a meaningless game, you might get a blowout. At least that team is off the record to not keep going and playing the next championship. Like, they're done. We get a closer look at the true top 4 teams playing in the playoffs. It's always good to weed out those teams. I mean, I listen, I get it. Y'all go there, y'all want an opportunity. Well, you get an opportunity, but you don't need the opportunity on the big stage. You need the opportunity a couple games before the big stage just to prove yourself to be on the big stage.
So you're saying TCU might not even make it out?
What I'm saying is teams like TCU, they might have a good season and they get a chance to at least fight for it. But I think if you put 12 teams in there, so that the way I was looking at it was the 6 conference champions, and then you had the 6 next highest ranked teams. And we all know, just from that alone, that's going to at least be, that's 12 teams. So that's going to at least probably be 6, maybe 5 SEC teams in the playoffs. So what I'm saying is, you put TCU against 5 SEC teams, they wouldn't be in the national championship. I mean, I know people are going to be mad because they're going to be like, well, is it going to be an SEC versus SEC or whatever? Hey, oh well.
You gave him a shot.
You gave him a shot. I mean, you let the.
I think the best shot that we had a decent national championship would have been to put Alabama in
Alabama versus Georgia.
To see how they could have shook everything up.
Yeah.
But watching them play TCU, man, we might have well had the national championship game, Ohio State versus Georgia, because
that was a
way better game.
That was a championship game. So, I mean,
way better.
I get it for those smaller schools. They want to have purpose, and you get your purpose, so you get in the dance, like we always say. You get in the dance. Now you might have to play 4 games, but you in the dance though.
Go.
You got the shot. So I mean, we'll see how that play out. But I do feel like that'll be a little bit more well-rounded as far as who the really true top 4 teams are.
Yeah. Let the chips fall where they may, and if you can make it through the gauntlet to win the national championship, you deserve it.
You deserve it. But that's the gauntlet. See, that's the thing people don't realize. That's the gauntlet that the SEC go through every year. We got to go through that every year.
That we see every other week.
It's a gauntlet like
that can get up and mess around and beat us because they're at home, or you know what I'm saying, like they catch the momentum in the crowd backing them. Come on now, that's a tough environment.
Man. That's part of college football. It's a gauntlet.
Georgia, Florida.
Playing in that conference, man, we don't the sympathy we just don't have for other conferences, man. We like, bro, we got to play week in, week out, man.
Yeah, if you playing that popcorn, you playing that popcorn.
That popcorn when y'all out there, I'm talking about, it was bad, bro. Like, did they even touch Stetson?
No. They got Stetson out there.
I don't even think he touched the ground unless he slid.
Bro, he going head first. He ain't even sliding. But boy hit a
running. Hey, he actually showed me. I was like, bro,
and dove for another 6.
The man jogging in the end zone, staring at the camera, pointing at it as he running in.
Temp phase shouted. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that was bad, man. But hey, it is what it is. Shouts out to them Bulldogs, man. We don't give them too many shout outs on here, but hey, good luck.
Yeah, it is, man.
All right, y'all. Y'all just finished watching the Knee High to the Tree High podcast. We hope you all enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us your thoughts. We out.